What is up, everybody? It's time once again for the award-winning Vegas Madness tonight. Yes, that's right, award-winning. I know it's only been 3 days, and maybe it was the wrong envelope, but yes, award-winning Vegas Madness tonight. Great night of basketball. Thanks for joining us as we fill you in on everything going on in Las Vegas. The world of college basketball revolves around Tropicana Avenue right here in Las Vegas this whole week, and we are glad to bring you everything that happened. Pac-12 quarterfinal action at T-Mobile Arena was the big story on Thursday. Arizona and UCLA, they move on to set up a fantastic semifinal on Friday night. The Bruins had to hold on for dear life in the late game, but they held on and beat crosstown rival USC 76-74, and now it's on to what Steve Alford knows will be a tough matchup against the Wildcats.
It's a tremendous matchup. I think they're two outstanding teams. They're two. If you look at it across the board, I think it's two top 5 teams going at it in the semifinal game of a conference tournament. So they've had a very, very good year, and we've had a very, very good year. So they've got great players, we got great players. So it's a tremendous matchup. We were both able to win on each other's court, which is a little unusual. And now we face on a neutral court. So it's obviously it's going to be a very difficult game, and we have an awful lot of respect for them. And we know we're going to have to be better tomorrow night than what we were tonight.
Steve Alford, not a stranger to tournaments here in Las Vegas. Of course, many people remember him wearing the net around his neck after winning with New Mexico. Not an image a lot of people here liked, but one you may see again this week if UCLA can get through and win the Pac-12 tournament title. Arizona will be their opponent on Friday. They had a little easier time with Colorado in the first game of the night session. It felt like half of Tucson was here to see the Wildcats top the Buffaloes 92-78. Arizona coach Sean Miller said fans and players alike love the move across the strip from the MGM Grand Garden to T-Mobile Arena.
He made a great decision. The Pac-12 made a great decision. If you truly want to be the best, you have to be willing to play on the biggest stage. And I'm sure, like everything, the first year, although everybody's excited, it will only get better from here, because it's like when we moved the tournament from LA to Las Vegas. I remember the first year, everyone kind of wondered, well, how will that feel? And then it grew. And a lot of great things have followed. I think the same thing will happen with this new venue. There was a time a long time ago when a conference went to play in Madison Square Garden, and I'm sure in that first year when they did it, everybody wondered how it would be, and then it grew. And I think out here in the West, with us having the footprint that we do, this is how it should be, playing in the best venue, the biggest crowds that we can possibly get, and grow the tournament. And and our fans are awesome. They have a big stake in this growth.
In earlier quarterfinal action, Cal topped Utah 78-75. That sets up a Friday matchup with top-seeded Oregon. The Bears and Ducks will play at 6, followed by the showdown between Arizona and UCLA at 8:30 at T-Mobile Arena. Our Steve Karp has seen every minute of action. We'll keep you updated on all the details throughout the finals on Saturday.
We had 4 outstanding basketball games today, capped off by UCLA barely holding on to beat USC to advance to tomorrow night's semifinals, where they're going to meet Arizona, in which will be a battle of titans. The winner of that game will likely play Oregon, which will play Cal in the other semifinal. The Wildcats looked very impressive tonight, beating Colorado, while the Golden Bears got by Utah to earn their spot in the semis. And you can read all about it in the Review Journal and online at reviewjournal.com.
Great job by Steve on all of his stuff this week at the Pac-12. We've got reporters all over town covering all the action. Make sure you follow us on all the different Twitter accounts. You can find them mostly through RJ Sports. Check that out on Twitter, and we are trying to aggregate everything going on to make it easier for you, but all of our reporters individually are great follows as well, so make sure you check out Steve and everyone else on Twitter. He's at the Pac-12. We've got a whole team of reporters over at the Mountain West. It was a full day of quarterfinal action over there at the Thomas & Mack as well. Fresno State moved on to the semifinals in the game of the day. They beat New Mexico 65-60. A lot of intensity in that game. The fans were crazy. Both teams traveled really well. But the Bulldogs have been here before. In fact, they won the tournament last year. They hope to use the lessons they learned with that tournament run to repeat as champions this year.
We took a lot from that crew last year. We knew that they were a poised group. They were calm and confident in situations like this. So just learning from them, sitting back and actually getting to watch, Marvell and Caesar and them guys it was great for us, and we learned a lot from them. I soaked in a lot from the seniors and the coaching staff, like asked a lot of questions and stuff like that, see what I need to do better as a player and to help this team. And the seniors, they was great leaders last year, and that helped us.
So far, so good for Fresno State. The Bulldogs play top-seeded UNR in the first semifinal Friday night at 7. That's right, 7 o'clock, late night action over at the Thomas and Mack. That is for television. Maybe not so good for the fans, but you will have something to do late into the evening on Friday. So 7 and 9:30 is the doubleheader in the semifinals. Wolfpack got to that point by winning 83-69 over Utah State on Thursday. That sets up that matchup with Fresno. That should be a fun one. In the night session on Thursday, Colorado State blew out Air Force, and 6th-seeded San Diego State pulled away late for an 87-68 win over Boise State. Aztecs and Rams will renew acquaintances late into the evening, as we said, 9:30 on the late semifinal tip tomorrow at the Thomas and Mack. Don't forget, women's action resumes tomorrow as well. Boise State, Fresno State meeting for the title at noon over at the Thomas and Mack Center. Last but not least, we don't forget you guys, and I'll be over there tomorrow for the women's action in the WAC tournament. But the WAC is going on over at the Orleans Arena. 3 quarterfinal games in the WAC men's tournament were on Friday. Women's quarterfinals were on Thursday. That sets up semifinals all day on Friday. But in Thursday's action, Utah Valley beat Seattle. That sets up a 6 p.m. Friday semifinal. Top-seeded Bakersfield will be their opponent. The Roadrunners, one of the better names in college basketball, Roadrunners had a bye to get to that point. Other side of the bracket, New Mexico State got by Chicago State. Missouri, Kansas City needed overtime, but they did get by Texas Rio Grande Valley. Yes, that's a real school. New Mexico State and UMKC will play in the 8:30 semifinal on Friday. Women's semifinal action begins at noon, as we said. I will be over there, so follow me on Twitter at AdamHillLVRJ. Try to get you updated on what's going on there. Women's semifinals, as we said, at noon. New Mexico State and Missouri, Kansas City. Seattle and Utah Valley at 2:30. That is everything that's going on. Glad you could join us. Glad you made it through all my bad jokes and goofiness here on Vegas Madness tonight. Hopefully we can live up to that award you guys gave us. Hopefully. We'll try to do that. Stay tuned. All the action all week, reviewjournal.com. All the Twitter accounts as well, RJ Sports, that's the main one. Follow that, and you will be led to all the other accounts. Follow at Heidi Fagdu. She's awesome. She does a great job. Behind the camera, you don't see her, but she does amazing work, so give her a follow for not only college basketball, mostly MMA stuff. She's really good at that. And Vegas Madness tonight will return, we hope, if we're not canceled, tomorrow night after all the action is complete. Thanks, guys. We'll talk to you later.